So hi everybody, Craig Hanson here guys. Welcome to my video, and we're looking at the breakdown, the demise of Jordan Spieth, the ex-number 1 player, 3 major championships, and what is he now, out into the 80s and somewhere in the world rankings, and well, it's a real shame. Apparently he's just gone to see Butch Harmon to get a second opinion, and he has to do something, because really to watch this outstanding individual hit the golf ball really just all over the place is a real shame, and it's for me it's hard to watch. He's one of my favorite players. This guy's demeanor, he's got that true instinct of a champion, one of the best putters of all time, one of the great short games out there, and just really the high irons, you know, his 8, 9 wedges, sand wedges, just remarkable. But you know, he can't even hold his balance, and he's set up so bad. And it's staggering that what he's actually worked on. I mean, this guy doesn't really need to hit it all that well to win championships. This is how good this guy is. This guy should be in the top few in the world, and have maybe 5 majors by now, even a couple extra. Right, but let's have a look, and when you have a look yourself, without any lines or anything, you just have a look at the setup changes. And on the left was when he was dominating on the right late last year, and yeah, hitting it sideways. So what's going on there? I mean, you can see some of the differences, can't you, in the setup? And I've looked at a number of swings now. It's not just one that I've picked out on the left there, but when you have a look here at really how far that these, the knees are now, how far that they're bent. You're seeing a different positioning there. You're seeing a different position from a line down, from the behind and into the ground. You can see the amount of room here from the back and into the heels. It really is a different position all around. Shaft plane, or the shaft angle, is up around 47 degrees, and we're further away. Knees are bent a mile, and we're down into the 41 area. And I mean, that's a huge change. And no matter how good you are, if you're playing great golf for a number of weeks, if you get in there and film your swings, and you save it on your phone, if you're hitting your driver, great, do it, because how long does it take before you don't hit it well? One of the things that's funny is when we're hitting it well, we think we've got it worked out, and you're never going to hit it bad again. And when you're hitting it bad, you think you're never going to hit it good again. So making sure that you film your swings on your mobile phones, and keeping it there, and have a look at your setup. Even just by the ball slipping out an inch or so, it's enough for a bit of a form slump. Guys, make sure you subscribe, hit the subscribe and hit the bell button. Plenty of videos coming your way. If you like the video, like your video. We'd be really interested to hear your comments about this video underneath. Always very interesting, especially from the keyboard warriors out there. Right. Now let's have a look at the swing. Obviously, knees more bent when we get up to the top of the swing. We're going to see a little bit of a difference in the change of planes here. That could be just from the setup, but we're going to see this plane pointed a little bit more out, and this one pointed a little bit more down. But one of the big changes when we get to the top of the swing, obviously because of the knees were so bent, is that we're going to be seeing sloppy leg work at the top. Have a look at that. 61 degrees on the leg here, and this one coming right down much further into 75, so 61 somewhere out into this direction. So obviously when you've got leg work like that, it's going to have to charge back, and it's going to make a bit of a mess of things here. Now when you get down and into the impact position here, have a look at this left foot. Watch this. Now you'll see the toes just being ripped off the ground here, and when we have a look at the other side, we see that as we hit this one, we see a much cleaner footwork, and we see the toes and the ball of the foot being connected to the ground. Now this is important, right? This is important. If you get on track, man, and you're fiddling around with things, right, and you really lift up your toes a lot, and you hammer the way into the back of this heel, it's going to affect your club face. That's number one. So you can hit it sometimes, it'll close the face a lot, it'll steepen the plane a little bit, but it also brings up a higher right hip, so you get caught. So you can hit it way left, or you have that sort of half caught feeling, right, and then you can blow it way out to the right, and that's what he's doing. So he's hitting it left and hitting it right, so he's got like a two-way miss. And yeah, he just said recently he doesn't know why. It's just only last year in the US Open, he said, I don't know what I'm doing. Now have a look at the hip plane, how level it is there, as we have a look at the hip plane on this side here. So we're seeing different hip planes, different footwork, different setups, different distances from the ball, and it's a bit of an unusual swing anyway. This action. and you really, through the golf ball, you're going to see slightly different shoulder planes just because of the setup. So the things are going to be a little bit more level. There's about a 10 degrees difference there, but I mean, it really should be picked up on, and especially people here when we're looking at these iron shots from the years gone by, when he was just hitting these high irons just constantly at the flags and down the line. World-class golf instruction has over 700 detailed videos for every golfer. Practice programs and evidence-based material is applied to helping you to become your own coach and play your best golf. Join us in the chat room and join the community of world-class golf instruction. Now we'll just have a look here at these two different types of swings now when we get to the top of the swing. Now there's a couple of camera angles there for you camera angle experts there. I understand, I've filmed about 30,000 swings. I know about the angles. This one here's a little bit more on the right here, and the camera being over the ball line, but we're not going to get right into path here. We're just looking at the major moves that just really stand out so much. Now when we have a look here at this left arm at the top, you can see how high this is now. I wonder why he's been working on that. That's up at 61 degrees. This one here, much lower down into around 50. And we'll see the elbow very much closer to the original shaft plane. Now on world-class golf instruction, we have a style of swing. It's called deep to shallow. Now I have to mention this because the feedback has been absolutely remarkable where we look at shoulder plane and the lead arm position and some of the characteristics that match up to that. And regardless, if Spieth's always had fast legs. So if you're going to be swinging back high and long, you've got fast legs, it's going to have an effect on your timing, on your sequence. And when we see this, which is just, this shot, to hit this shot, 30 yards left and hooking, look at that left foot in the air. I mean, now you're really outside averages of movement, aren't you? Now look at the toes connected to the ground. And that, people, I'm sorry to say, I have to question what he's been shown. That is not great work. If you're swinging like that, it looks like some sort of alien, doesn't it? I mean, what's this? He can't even hold his balance. He's hitting an absolute cyber. Now, Butch Harmon's going to help him there, I'm sure. And I really hope this guy gets, back on track when we're seeing some of these, finish positions and setups and his spine angle just way over now. No one stands at 74 degrees, and through the ball we're seeing it just all disconnected and just back, and he can't even, it doesn't look like Jordan Spieth there. It looks like John Smith. John Spieth, I should say. But yeah, it's, all jokes aside, it really is a shame. But I mean, he's done well for himself, and he's got a good name. And he's a very, very talented individual, and I think we're going to see him, come back in the future. And rather, when we sort of see, this finish position, I'll just drop that back here. And we'll have a look at the difference in the end position here, where you could see him back in there. He always finished with a bit of a funky left foot, but that driver back then, different address position, not hanging back as much, and able to really sort of get up and through the ball and just hit half solid drives. He's one of those players that even if he's hitting it, into the semi-rough, he's going to still dominate. So guys, anyway, have a look at, if you're after online lessons, please, I'm helping out people from all around there, and get you on the right track. It's CraigHansonGolf.com, and if you feel like you could play a little bit better golf, then check that out. And World-Class Golf Instruction, which is a fantastic platform, growing all the time, and there's no risk. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Jump on and have a look around at that site. Over 900 videos, and we show you how to film your swings and analyze all different parts of your game. Guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll catch you next time.